What's up, guys? Lazy Sunday here today. We've got a few things to go through. Yeah, a few new toys. Just some more parts that were part of that sort of deal. It's all been finalised now. This is the last of everything. So, go through some stuff, chuck it in the engine room. And then I got a new daily, which I'll sort of show you. So, maybe not a new daily. I don't know yet. We'll find out. I gotta have a look. I don't know. Alright, so we have been going through all our new toys. Awesome to finally have a lot of tools that we've been meaning to buy for ages. Tools we were even thinking about buying like the past couple of months. But we kept being like, no, don't go and buy those tools because we're probably going to get them anyway. And we have got pretty much all the tools that we wanted anyway. So that's awesome. Finally do now have like heaps of different ways to measure those bearings for Zach as well. Not so much ball gauges that go under 2 inch, but other ways as well. Got a set of inside mics, which is really handy, but they're not super accurate. They only measure down to 10 thou, but still handy to have. But I mean, we've got other things to measure internal diameters now, so we can finally do them. Bearings for Zach. All right, so now where I was getting at with the title, got the Corona. Got her here. Look at that. Oh, what a beauty. So this is pretty much my quest for a new daily. As much as I love my Falcon, absolutely love it to death. Just driving it here every day, it's quite a long drive. It is just sending me broken fuel. It uses way too much fuel. So I'm sort of on the quest to try and sort out another daily just to get between here and home. I'm just to try and do it a bit cheaper and make it a bit more profitable for myself to run this sort of business while I'm driving to and from, because obviously with a baby on the way and a very pregnant missus at home, I can't just be out here all the time like I normally used to be, sort of out here quite a bit. So now I've got to do the drive every day. So need to get a more economical car to do it in. So this Corona, it's an ST170 Corona. I knew it was at a mate's place down the back of his house. I knew it was out for quite a while. To be fair, I remember it being in a lot better condition. That being said, I think when I saw it, I didn't go over it too well. I was just stoked to see that it was an import in Australia, because these weren't actually Australian delivered, the ST170 Coronas. So as you can see, it's got all the cool JDM accolades like corner markers. It's got an import plate, but that being said, the problem with it is because it is an import, it's going to be quite hard to find parts for, and I don't remember these guards being in such bad shape. It's going to need a new headlight for this side, it's going to need a new corner light for this side. I didn't realise, but the head's actually been pulled off. So the story is it did a head gasket, and the bloke who owned it, who just dropped it off this morning, who's actually the guy who bought the Rexus Skyline, he must have had it taken apart at some point to try and fix it. So he used to daily this car, I really liked it. But I'm just looking at it since it's been here, I'm starting to think it's probably a bit too much work for something that's an import. I sort of was keen on it because I thought if it's worth spending money on anything, it's worth doing it. Something like this that's a bit of an import that, you know, do it up nice and tidy, put it on some nice wheels and stuff. But just looking at it, I think it's a bit too far gone. I think it's going to cost too much to bring it back, and it's going to be too hard to find the parts that I need for it. So yeah, it was worth looking into. I don't know, I'll have a look around, see what sort I can find as far as parts and that go. Looking at the cams in the boot, the cams look like they've been in there for a bit. I'm not sure if they're going to linish up and be savable, so bit of a shame. It is. I think it would be a really cool car, like slammed on some tilty wheels, slammed on some SSR Mark 1s or something. They almost look like just a mini version of a GX71, especially when they're done right. So they are a very cool little car, which is why I was pretty stoked on it. But I didn't think it was going to be this far gone as far as the bodywork and also the motor being pulled apart already. So like someone's cut the AC lines. But yeah, it's a little 4S FE, so nothing too special, but you know, auto, AC, it'd be cheap, nice little daily, and something a little bit different. So if I can, I'll look into what I can get for it and try and bring it back to its former glory, but it's going to be too hard. I'm not going to go through that much effort. It's a cool car, but it's not that cool. It's not cool enough to me to go through that much effort to spend heaps of money on. So it sort of was free / thrown in with the deal with the Skyline, but he's got a heap of cars in at his place, like more than we do. So he sort of said this morning when he dropped it off that I'm welcome to go and have a scope around and see if there's anything there that's a little bit closer to being put on the road. Not so far off like that one. So I might go there this afternoon, have a bit of a look. He's got a few other cars that we've been sort of promised for a few years now as well, and that Rex sort of negotiated as part of the deal with the Skyline that we finally can get off him. So we'll go there, we'll see if he's alright with me filming a little bit, and I'll show you some of the cars that we've sort of had been promised for a few years that I've had a lot of build ideas for, and I'm going to be stoked to finally get them, so we'll see what happens then. So anyway guys, I'll bring you along for a bit of a ride on my quest to find a new daily, and I'll toss up whether it's worth doing that thing or not. I'm gonna go ahead and jump the gun and say it's probably not going to be worth doing, but either way, I still need to find a cheaper daily so I can keep doing this, so it'll be a bit of a series I think. But anyway, today I'm going to try and make a few videos today. So at the moment we are going to chuck the Falcons on the dyno, so that'll be in the next video. So same thing as the 31s. If you just want to take a wild guess at what we're going to make, whoever gets closest will get some stickers when I hopefully get some made. Hopefully by the time you're watching this I will have sorted that out a bit. But anyway, so we've got big wags. I'm thinking maybe 175, and we've got the big XR6 turbs, so I'm reckoning sort of at least 280 for the turbski. So again, it's just another having to play on the dyno with some quiet cars today because it is Sunday, so quiet cars only on the dyno for Sunday, but that'll be cool. We'll see what they make. Anyway, tune in for the next one to see that, and a little bit later on this video we'll go see what dailies I can sort of find and get out of there. Righto guys, on the way over to Young Matt's to continue the quest for a deadly daily. I'm not sure if I'm going to actually film at Matt's yet. I don't know if he'll want me to film there. I don't know if he really wants to show the world everything he's got there, so if not, probably just out of courtesy to Matt, we will not. So yeah, well, I'll let you know on the way home what the final decision really is. And hopefully we can find something that's a little bit closer to being already sort of ready to go on the road, or at the very least a bit more common so that I can get parts for it a lot easier. It's a bit of a shame because I reckon that Corona would be really cool, like I said, like slammed on some SSR Mark 1s or something, some tilty SSR Mark 1s in the old Rona. Be skids, but I'm just not going to be able to find things like that headlight, the corner light, the corner marker that's missing, the guards are going to be pretty much impossible to find that stuff, so we'll see what else he's got. Righto guys, no real luck on the old Deadly Daily front. I'll get home tonight where I have some internet service and just look up at what parts I can actually get for the Corona. If I can get parts, I'll be keen to still do it, but it's really not looking like it's going to be that great. But yeah, Matt didn't really have anything else in his yard that was appealing or that close to being able to go on the road, so that's just the way the cookie crumbles, I guess. So even if the Corona doesn't work out, I'll be back on the lookout for something else, and I would like to try and get something within the next couple of weeks before the Falcon's up for rego, because I can't really afford to rego it again if I want to buy another daily. So it continues the chronicles. Righto guys, so another thing I haven't shown off for a little while is actually how busy Dad's been working on this pad. So where the shed is being extended is all sort of getting there as far as the earthworks goes. Still a bit more drainage and leveling to do, but as far as actually getting you know, the earth in here and getting it packed down and sort of making sure that it runs off instead of pools water, he's done this sort of retainer wall somewhat. So he did all this and the gravel spoon drain and stuff because this is where that shelter's going to be going, so he's not going to be able to get at the back of this sort of with the machine once the shelter goes up for a little while. And pretty much the plan is for once the shelter's up, it's going to be in place until we pretty much get the shed extended and have all this built. So shelter's going to be makeshift, obviously, as I've explained a few times now, I think, is makeshift so that we have somewhere undercover to keep customer cars while we are sort of working on their stuff. You know, if people want to drop their car off for a tune, and that we don't want to have to be always giving them a certain time for a day sort of thing. We want to be able to just be like, you know, drop it off, leave it with us for the week, and give us a bit of time to actually work on the tune, make sure to get it right, and we have somewhere undercover out of the way to actually put their vehicles where it's going to be safe and secure out of the weather. But anyway, I just want to show you that sort of at the end of the tail end of this video. I'm not holding out much hope for this Corona, but I'm going to go home and do some research about what I can actually get for it. But anyway, the saga continues on the search for Max's new daily as it goes. So thanks for watching. Sorry it's probably not the most exciting video, but trying to shorten up the content a little bit. I can't keep doing daily videos that are like 25 to 40 minutes long. So trying to shorten them up a bit and film a bit more in a day so I can have more days off and still get content out. So that's a bit the plan anyway. Smash like, smash subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one, guys. Catch you later.